Alright guys, let's get busy talking about childhood development. We're going to be talking about this through the viewpoint of the Tanner stages. And the Tanner stages are 5 objective stages at which we use to look at sexual maturity within the developing child. So you'll see here that we have 5 stages here, and then we're going to have it split between the male phenotype over here and the female phenotype over here. And just to orient you, here we're going to be looking at penis size, and then here we're going to be looking at testicle size, and these numbers are going to represent milliliters. And then here we're going to be looking at breast development, and then over here we're going to be looking at the female genitalia. So let's go ahead and start our discussion by something that is very similar between both the male and the female phenotypes, and that is going to be our hair growth. So at stage 1 we have no sexual development, so we expect no pubic hair during Tanner stage 1. However, when we get to Tanner stage 2, we expect lightly pigmented pubic hair to develop, and you can appreciate that here in the male, and then here in the female we just have some really light sparse pubic hair. When we get to stage 3, this hair starts to coarsen. You can appreciate that here. It's still in the same distribution. It's going to be right above the genitalia, but it's going to start getting a little bit coarser. Then at stage 4, it's going to start moving, but it's going to spare the inner thighs. So you see we get a branching out of the pubic hair here and here as well, but it's not really making it to the inner thigh. And then finally at stage 5, our pubic hair is going to spread to our inner thighs, and that's appreciable. You would expect a little bit of hair to be growing down here. You can see it's kind of passing on past this little joint section in the leg, and we're getting hair on the thighs at this point. So now let's go ahead and talk about our males as they develop through the stages. So we know that at stage 1, this is absolutely no sexual development, so we expect to see nothing. The penis and testicles are both very small. Our testicles are about 3 milliliters. I'm not exactly sure how people measure testicle size in milliliters. It's more of an estimate, so you can imagine like essentially what could hold 3 milliliters versus what could hold 25 milliliters is going to be a lot different. So in terms of stage 2, our testes size is going to be the first thing to increase. So our penis size will stay the same, but around stage 2 we start to get a little bit of an increase in testicular size. And then at stage 3 we're going to start to get an increase in penis size as well. So the testes continue to grow. Now they're around 10 milliliters, and then our penis is growing as well. And then at stage 4 our penis width will increase. So initially it was largely a growth in length, and then the penis starts to gain width as well, and we continue to grow in our testicle size, now moving up towards 16 milliliters in stage 4. And then in stage 5 the penis and the testes are going to reach maturity, and the testicles at this stage should be around 25 milliliters. Now moving on to talk about our female phenotype. In stage 1 we have no development as previously mentioned, and in stage 2 it's all about the breast bud, right? So our breast bud here is going to be this slight elevation that we can appreciate here in our lateral picture. We can see that it's not perfectly flat. We have a slight breast bud that begins to form, and then after that in stage 3 we're going to start calling this a breast mound, and you can appreciate that here in stage 3 this breast bud has now turned into a mound of sorts. And then when we get to stage 4, this is going to be a raised areola, and this is classically described as a mound on top of a mound. So this is an important stage because I think this is the one stage that really has a tough buzzword. So like the rest of the stages are a little more vague, but when they mention something like mound on top of a mound, like this raised areola on top of this raised mound of breast tissue, that's something that they could write in a question stem to make it like very objective in order to point the fact that they were talking about Tanner stage 4 in a female, for instance. So I would really memorize that specific part of the Tanner stages. And then finally we're going to have a flattening of our areola at stage 5. So we're no longer going to have mound on a mound. It's just going to be a flattened areola on a mound of breast tissue. And then in terms of the female genitalia, pretty much the only thing that is going to be changing as far as the Tanner stages go is going to be the pubic hair, which we talked about in the beginning. So when it comes to Tanner stages, I would say it's important to memorize it for test day. It's not going to be the highest yield thing, but it will certainly come up and it will help you get questions right. And I would be sure to especially know the difference between stages 3, 4, and 5 of breast development in the female, and then the relative volumes, like an estimate that 4 milliliters of testicle size is going to be on the smaller side for the men, and then 25 milliliters is going to be where we expect the largest amount of testicular volume to be present. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one.